Yo mama, you got my spagooter?
Hello everyone, Connor Whitmore here again with another video for you on the Nawtystep channel, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about the new EP from Spag Heddy released on Never Say Die Records, Armageddy. Dubstep's favourite pasta man, he is back with his first multi-track collection since 2018's Gospel. A project which was, for me anyway, one of the more consistent in Spag's discography. Add on to that his huge trap-laden banger from last year's Zoom, Got Down with Crimer, his remix of Home by Excision, his single Troop, even his Oh My VIP to an extent, and you wouldn't be blamed for thinking it's been a very solid last couple of years for him. However, there's also been a lot in between all of that has failed to inspire anywhere near as much. A string of singles, but more notably collaborations with Rico Act and Slander that are just, better than that. And so I've come to realise over time, years before included, that he's someone who I'm very up and down with. A nice dose of fantastic material, a load of really good material, and then a lot that doesn't do his style justice in my opinion. A lot of the time his captivating, raspy design carrying his music over the line when the ideas have fallen flat. So coming into Armageddy, I was in the middle with him as per, unsure as to what sides of him we'd get here. But unfortunately, I would say this collection leans on the side of not that inspired considering what he's capable of. I'm gonna come out and say it early doors, I don't think there's a dubstep moment here I'm truly convinced by. No ideas from the heaviest parts of the EP that I'm excited to go back to again and again. All of the dubstep here falling under different combinations of feeling empty, directionless, laboured and uncomfortable. The opener, Stupid O, has an array of minuscule flashes of brilliance on offer, but is for the most part quite basic BRIDDIM. Making it perhaps the most uninspired here, considering its potential. The bass is emphatic, but what lays on top isn't interesting per se. The contrast between the stomping BRIDDIM and the electric stuff is decent, but the latter, the more lively and animated stuff we get here, is never at the forefront, meaning the track never fully explodes into life. Similarly, in need of more flavour is the closer, Robot Song, a tune that seems swamped and in dire need of being set free. I've heard this approach with other producers, making drops that are very to themselves, contained, withdrawn. I just don't get the appeal. Over the course of the 3 drops, it unleashes itself more, becomes more exuberant, but always has that feeling of restriction and being withheld. The first 2 of the middle 3, Raise Your Hands and Bass Goes Boom respectively, fall prey to some pretty jarring synth usage. The former, Raise Your Hands, is comprised of swiping sounds of different kinds, all of which needs far more beefing up and space being filled. It is a good bop, as you could hear there, but it still feels uneasy because there isn't colour lying at the bottom, underneath. The double drops are gnarlier, but we never get the full bite of it because as a whole sound it just isn't full or rich enough. Bass Goes Boom is just a bit uncomfortable as a listen. The main sounds running through it, in particular, are a bit chalk on chalkboard like. Oh no. On top of that, it feels like it can't really decide what it wants to do for a lot of it. Slightly random and also a bit laboured as it goes on. Track 4, Dojo, is the only one I find to be truly exciting and attention-grabbing on the heaviness front, in a good way, purely for its switches in genre. Shifting from dubstep to some sort of fun, happy hardcore thing, then into trap and house in the second half. The issue again here though being the very jarring sounds at the front of the track, little backing them up, again skeletal and sounds quite off. The fact that those sounds persist through the whole song, I just don't get it. Culminating in them climbing up for the final section, which just sounds even more off than what we get before that. It just detracts from any enjoyment I had or get from those switches in genre. By no means all doom and gloom though on the EP. One consistently brilliant aspect across Armageddy is undoubtedly the melodies. I love the one that pierces through the introduction to Stupido and the EP. The sharpness of it makes it quite Temanite-like. Oh, it's just so good. The video game-like melodies in Raise Your Hands and Robot Song lend a much-needed animation to the EP as a whole. The former in particular is very sweet. I love how it makes itself known in the drops. Opening bass goes boom at the midway point of the EP, a very jovial and cheeky melody, integrated into the Moomba interlude really well also, and the one in the builds of Dojo is perfectly suited to its wild, genre-shifting approach, really gets you in the mood. All of them, you know, every single melody we get here, with its own charm and personality that it lends to its respective song, giving each one a sense of story and character. Could have had more of each though. I think Robot Song is the only song here that puts the melody in the limelight at some point, with that piano isolation in the midsection. I also think the vocal samples are pretty decent across the EP, well dropped in, well suited, and doesn't overdo it on that front. My definite favourite being the main one in Raise Your Hands. It's quite surreal and also fucked up, but real comedic value there as well. But beyond that, not much else to say here. Armageddy isn't one of the most innovative or daring set of tunes from Spag. A shame because we know the mastery he's capable of. Another EP that seems like he's letting down his production somewhat. Not that refined or concentrated or honouring his sound with astute ideas. Much of it seems hastily put together in a manner of ways. Couple of brief sparks here and there, but for the most part, dubstep bereft of invention, pizzazz, vision. I mentioned it at the beginning, but past music from him has at least had that raspy sound design to carry it through when the ideas haven't been as creative. But this doesn't even have that. A bit run-of-the-mill, quite formulaic and predictable. Not a lot I want to go back to here, and overall, just not him in his element. In terms of my favourite here, gonna have to be Dojo, simply for the genre changes we get throughout. And for recommendations, if you enjoyed the EP, not sure to be honest. It doesn't remind me of normal Spag all that much, but it's still quite unique stylistically, so yeah, haven't heard much other dubstep like the EP we've got right here, so a bit nonplussed, quite frankly. But there we have it, my thoughts on the new EP from Spag Heddy, released on Never Say Die Records, Armageddy. Thank you very much, and as always, for tuning in. But what did you guys make of Armageddy? Do you have a favourite track from the 5? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, then be sure to give it a big old thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell along the way so you can be notified whenever I upload a new video to the channel. My social media accounts are linked in the description box down below. And if you want to watch some other EP reviews on the channel, they will be linked right here. And lastly, if it's naughty, then you know guys, so be sure, as always, to keep it naughty and stay safe. And I shall see all of you legends in the next one. Spag Heddy and his Armageddy. Peace out.